Hey everybody, welcome to my bow shop. Just kidding, it's my basement, but kind of looks like a bow shop. It's a big mess and very almost unusable. But anyway, that's what happens when you tune bows for a couple of months straight during this time of the year. So today we're going to be setting up the Ripcord Max arrow rest. I'm pretty sure it's the Ripcord Max, but we don't actually know for sure because we didn't get the box. But I want to give a big thank you to Ripcord for sending us these rests, and for Denton over at Rock Creek Archery for lining it all up. So I want to give a big thanks to them, and this is going to be the rest for my bow this year. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to set it up, and you know, it's a pretty easy process, but it shouldn't be a very long video. And I already have it all screwed into the bow. I figured I could skip that part. Basically, what you do is you screw in this big bolt on this side into the riser, and you know, the only real thing you need to take note of is I like to have the whole rest sitting level when the bow is level, just to make sure everything is squared and everything is operating as it should be. So you basically just screw that down, and then I did have to adjust this, which was notable. It's nice that they have this containment bar, so this rest captures the arrow and you don't have to worry about it falling out, and you can adjust it left to right really easily. So that's a really nice feature, and I just had to adjust that to move it out of the way of the flux guard. But basically right now it's just set up, and the arrow is running through center shot, and it's perfectly level coming out the bow as well. So that's going to be our initial setup, and now basically all we have to do is make sure it's in time and coming up to the full draw position when it should be. So I guess we'll take it out of the bow vise and put it in the press, and I have this D-loop cord is what I'm using here just to match my strings, and I have it burned already to make a nice stopper, and I'm going to put it in the cable where the down cable that's going to be traveling down, which is going to be this one here. I'm going to put it where this serving comes in, and that's what's going to drive the arrow rest. So I'll take it out of the vise and put it in the press and put that cord in. So you want to put it in the cable that's going to be traveling down, which is what's going to drive the rest, and you want to make sure that it's not going to be twisted around this cable. So you're going to want to have it pointing like straight through towards the rest, and you're going to want to try to find the middle of the string. If you don't have something that's dividing the string, you might have to count the strands. So you can see I'm not in the middle here because it's splitting some of those two sides of that string. I'm going to make sure that we get that one too. There we go. Now everything is on the right side. We can put this through. That, slide it up to the serving, and you're ready to go. Take the tension off the bow. This was really easy to put the cord in here. We've had cable driven rests in the past that are super hard to get through this little section here, but this hole is big enough to where I could change the string and make it the color I want. And what I have now is it's just running through the system here, and this bolt is just loose so it's not interfering at all. And what's going to happen is I'm going to come to full draw, it's going to raise it to where it needs to be, and then it's going to slide through to the position that it needs to be at. So this is a really easy way to set up this rest. And I also have a draw board. We'll probably just check it to verify that it is in the right position, but you can do it just this method and it'll be spot on, or it should be spot on every time. Got this 70-pound bow drawing 74 pounds. Wild gains, you know. So we're just gonna draw it nice and slow, and then it automatically adjusted to the position that it should be at. So we just have to tighten the screw now. It should be set up. This doesn't have to be like super tight, but just enough to make sure this cord never slips, and then you can cut this off but I am going to verify it in our draw board just because we have one to make sure that it's adjusted correctly. So as I'm drawing this bow, you can see that this is what drives the rest. This cable come down and it's going to pull this to the full up position. And what you want is the rest to come up within definitely the last inch of the draw cycle. And I like to get it, you know, right perfectly all the way up when it hits full draw, and not have any time where it's just sitting there pulling at the bus cable while you're still drawing, or whatever cable that is. But you just want everything to be perfectly in time. So when that rest comes all the way up, these draw stops hit the cable, and on this one, everything is good to go. It's perfect. Just how we want it. So this rest is completely set up now, I guess. It was super easy. I used to think limb-driven rests were easier to set up, but on this one at least, this is probably the easiest setup I've really had. You just get it so that that cord slips through, and it's pretty easy. So that's all there is to it. Now I'm ready to start tuning my bow and get it rocking. I'm going to cut off this cord like right here and then just burn the end. Alright guys, so that is all there is to it. The only other thing I can mention is that you want some sort of felt on the riser here to eliminate some of the noise and just make sure that the arrow holder isn't just slapping the riser all the time. But that's about it. Really easy setup, and hopefully this video was helpful, but that's going to conclude it. The only other thing I want to mention is that, as you can see, we now have Brunk Outdoors shirts. And Wild Gains is basically just combining two of our highest priority hobbies, and combining them together. We trained elk hunt, and we like to lift in general, so we came up with the term Wild Gains, and I think it's a pretty cool design. Hope you guys like it. But if you're interested in buying the shirt, you can get them on brunkoutdoors.com. They are $15 a piece, right, Trevor? Mm-hmm. So pretty good price. And you can support us by doing that if you like the shirt. So make sure you click the link in the description box below and you can go get yourself one. But that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.